Hello, welcome to my latest video. Excuse me if I'm still a bit throaty and everything. I'm still trying to shake off COVID, but gladly it hasn't stopped me from painting. I've had, I went through a phase of coughing non-stop and the breathlessness and everything like that, and I've now got bit of a cough, bit of a cold and flu-like symptoms, so worse things happen at sea. Right, I'm going to be painting on this old acrylic painting that I'm fed up with. Thought I'd get rid of it, and it's on about 20 by 16 inches stretch canvas. We're using oil paint as usual, so yeah, we'll see. Start waving the hairy stick about and see what magic we can come up with. So yeah, I never thought for a minute I'd end up with COVID, but yeah, it's very much one of them things. Fortunately, I'm still at the right age and of reasonable health, and I've got quite a good immune system, so I can shake it off quite easily. Just yeah, my heart goes out to all the other people who've been badly affected by it, because it's not nice at all. Right then, anyway, onwards and upwards. Start establishing a quick horizon first of all. Roughly following the landscape we've got already. There we go. Oh yeah, it's quite pleasing, that. A bit of yellow down already. Not bad, some nice lines and things going on, a few textures. Should do quite nicely. Yeah, last video I was talking about visiting the doctors when I was growing up, when I was a toddler still, which was at somebody's house, which was quite funny. It won't happen nowadays. Yeah, back in the days when the doctor actually used to come to your house. So far so good. Yes, we lived in a little outlying village, and we're miles away from any doctor's surgery. The nearest one was in Bakewell, a few miles away. So yeah, back then we tended to have a home visit. And I'd never forget, and it was absolutely horrid. I still don't know to this day why, but if we had a cold or flu or whatever, the doctor injects you with a needle in your arse, right in one of your butt cheeks, and I do not know why. I've never had one since. And I don't know if they still do it anymore, but it was absolutely brutal, medieval torture. I'd much rather have flu than having that done to me. I had, I think the worst thing I've had was a lumbar puncture, and that was bloody horrific. Because I ended up in hospital. I was about 10 years old. I had an ear infection, and was off school, and you know, as any good parent does, my mum, you know, wrapped me up warm and put the open fire on and got me nice and hot and toasty. I overheated, and I remember my mum, I don't remember a lot about it, but I remember my mum going into the kitchen to do something and left me with a blanket and hot water bottle and everything else on the sofa because I was poorly with ear infection. And the lights went out, you know, I'm speaking metaphorically, lights went out, and I came round, and the next thing I remember was seeing a jacket with the word ambulance written on it. You know, someone was wearing this coat, this fluorescent coat with ambulance written on, and then that was it. I don't remember after that, but I ended up in hospital in Calo in Chesterfield on the children's Nightingale ward thingy, and you know, to establish the cause of, you know, this I suppose it was a seizure, I suppose. They had to do a lumbar puncture. Now, before all that happened, and certainly long before, my mum spoke about a lumbar puncture. She had one when I think she either had me or my brother. She ended up having a lumbar puncture, and Mum told me how horrible it was. And then when the consultant said, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're going to give you a lumbar puncture," I wasn't impressed, to say the least. But yeah, I was dreading it. So what they did back then, I don't know if they do it now, but you know, for a lumbar puncture, they put a sort of mat on your back. It's almost like a camping mat that you sleep on. It's a great big thick mat. I don't know why. And they numb the area they're going to, you know, inject to draw out the spinal fluid. And all that was happening. And to be quite honest, I don't remember a great deal of pain. There was the, you know, the run up to it was horrible, you know. So I'd heard what Mum had said about it. I don't honestly remember a great deal of pain. So yeah, it was they give you like a spinal tap and they draw out the fluid and everything like that. Yeah, while you're fully awake, you know, you're given a local anaesthetic. So yeah, I don't think it was very nice. Yeah, after, I don't know how long I was in hospital, because I don't remember a huge amount about it. The left hand side of my face was paralysed, apparently. But one thing I do remember is having, well, one thing, Star Wars figures. Because my dad went out and got some Star Wars figures for me. So I was a big fan. And other thing I remember is mint sauce. Because we had, you know, the hospital dinners. I suppose hospital food is a lot better than it used to be. And I just remember a lot of mint sauce with everything. And I haven't had mint sauce since. I've never particularly liked mint sauce, but yeah, whenever I smell mint sauce, if I'm at work or something like that, it does remind me of the hospital. So I suppose I was a week or two in hospital. I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, I went back to school. Oh, excuse me. And I was at secondary school at the time, and they got me low. You know, they spoilt me wrong. You know, the various classes in the school all got me a card, of which I've still got. I've kept the cards, all with signatures on. So I was tremendously grateful for that. I'll put a bit of a hill there, let's see what happens. Oh yeah, it works quite well. Do with that. Yeah, this great big card just plastered with signatures. It was very special. Quite pleased with so far, looking good. But yeah, since then, since I was 10 or 11 or whatever I was, I think it was 11, I've only been in hospital, oh God, I think once. Yeah, or perhaps no, twice, and both occasions I wasn't admitted. I just turned up and then that was it, went home again. So I've been very lucky. After that, the next time was when I'd had a massive road accident, and it was a big one. I used to drive like an absolute bloody idiot, which I'm quite ashamed about. And I was driving to work. I'd been on call. I was actually called out to work, and so I was speeding. I had a little MG TF thingy with the roof off and everything. I thought I was the bee's knees, which I certainly wasn't. And yeah, I was speeding. I don't know how fast I was going. And I remember overtaking a tractor, I think. I don't remember a lot. And at speed, I think I'd overtook a row of cars which were behind this tractor, and all of a sudden the tractor was in front of me, straight across, pulling a trailer, and I, you know, had two choices in that. 1/20th of a second I had to react, either go under the tractor, which wasn't an option, or go right and then miss the tractor. But I don't know whether I chose or it just happened, but I was out of control and I hit the tractor square on its wheel, impacted that, and I just remember the glass, the noise, and the smell of the airbag as it went off. And the police and fire brigade, everything else were there so quickly. They didn't hang about. And, you know, before they got there were people stood around at a distance. They weren't getting close because they thought I were dead. Because it pulverised my car with me in it. And I shouted out to people stood about. I said, I'm okay, I'm okay. They all stood about with their mouths open. And then they all started approaching the car. And I remember one lady held my hand, and it was her who kept me awake. I strongly believe that I'd probably gone unconscious and probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. Don't know her name. I'd love to meet her again. So yeah, it was a bit exciting. A while after, the police officer who attended said they couldn't get what speed I was going because there was no tyre marks. I didn't even have time to put the brakes on. So he said I'd hit that tractor at unabated speed. So whether I was doing 60, 70, 50, whatever, it was I didn't slow down at all, one iota. He said I was very, very lucky. And a while after, I actually got interviewed by the police, and they said to me, it's obviously not as serious as they initially thought. And they said, I think you've learnt your lesson. I went, oh yeah, boy have I. I've never driven like a pillock since. It was a good lesson, that was. Yeah, the pain after was excruciating. So I had a perfect seatbelt shaped bruise across my chest and my waist where that had been. And yeah, the pain in me, every sinew of my body because of the crash was horrendous. I couldn't get out of the bath. I had to be lifted in and out of the bath. Yeah, it wasn't a good day out. I still have flashbacks from it. It was about nearly 20 years ago, and still have flashbacks. Repeated image of the tractor coming at me, So it does cause a bit of insomnia sometimes. But hey, you live and learn. I got back behind the wheel nice and quickly. I thought it was important to get back to driving. So yeah, it was about a week after I was driving, and it was, as soon as I started driving on the first day, I wasn't driving alone. I made sure I had people with me, and driving along this long straight road, and a car overtook a car travelling in front of me. Now there was a good distance between me and the car, you know, I wasn't going to hit it or anything like that. But yeah, I had an immediate panic attack and had to pull over and have a breather. But yeah, I was alright after that. So yeah, anyone who's been in a high speed crash, I have all the sympathy in the world for, because it's not pleasant. So yeah, it definitely changed me, changed the way I drive. Right, anyway, back to the painting. It's looking not too bad. It's a nice hint of pink there in the sky. A little bit up there as well, which seems to work. And there's quite a bit of green in the sky as well. I might put a little hint of colour up there. See what happens. Quite like that hill in the distance there. Works quite well. So I might just put a little tiny bit of reddy pink up there. Not too much mind. That might be too much, but I'll just work it in, tone it down a bit. Right, that'll do it for now. Also, I'm going to extend that pink a little bit down here, just to create sort of interesting relationship with the ground and the sky. There we are, just a bit. Oh, excuse me. Right. Just going to give my brush a quick wipe. It's getting there. Right, let's have a look. Think. I put some little textures on that distant hill. Tiny bit. Not going over the top with it. Very gentle. Right. Make it a little bit pointy up there. And I think something up here as well. bad. The ghost of a hill. Extend that up a bit. Yes, that's more like it. It's got quite useful bits of yellow on there as well. Just bring something there behind it. Yeah. And like that line, I'm just going to extend down here as well. Just give it a bit of depth and perspective. Same again. Yeah, it's not too bad. Oh, interesting line. Just there. Not bad. So far, so good. Kind of reminds me of the roaches in the Peak District. There's a bit more. There we go. Dee-dee-dee. That's quite nice. I've only used one brush, which saves all the cleaning up afterwards. You know, if you're using oil paint, it can be a bit of a pain cleaning up. Yeah, it's quite nice, that. I do like the pink now in that sky and down here. It was quite effective. A bit more yellow, I think, just down here. There we go, just a tiny amount. And something along here as well, a bit more yellow. Perhaps some white as well for the highlights. Yeah, quite pleased. But very gentle, hardly got any paint on my brush. Yeah, it could be sunrise or dusk or something. Yeah, it is coming on very nicely. Yeah, I'm not going to do much more to that sky. Just a few bits and pieces. Could be rocks, could be people up there. And in the distance over here, trees perhaps. Oh yeah, it's not looking too bad. Very pleasing. Rocks. Yeah, I think we're almost there. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you see. If you don't like what you see, still subscribe. It really does mean a lot. Yeah, a few more highlights down here. And as well as YouTube, I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook and jonkid.co.uk. You know, this has worked quite well. A few more highlights down here. Quite pleased. Not bad at all. You know, I think I'm going to call that a day. I don't want to do too much. So the trick is knowing when to stop. And it's a good friend of mine, Harry Starkey, the poet, he said a work of art is never finished, it's just abandoned, and he's absolutely right. So yeah, I think we're there. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.